Okay, g'day folks, welcome back to KIERAN'S training. So this afternoon I'm just going to make a quick video. I've been getting a few questions I'd like to address. So common questions I've been getting is, what's my background? Been getting asked, why do I do the videos? And thirdly, who do I work for and where do I work? So I'll address them one at a time. So I'll start off with my background. I'm not going to talk too much about my background. I hate talking about myself, so we'll give you a quick rundown. So probably in the mid-90s, I'd been shearing for a while. I'd had enough of that, too much like hard work, so I figured I'd travel north and try and pick up something a bit different. So travelled north, ended up being in Port Hedland, a little bit warmer there from where I was. So while I was there, I picked up a few odds and jobs, doing a little bit of emergency services on a mine site, etc. But ended up working as a TA. Okay, this was on the HBI build up in Port Hedland. So I was there at HBI for quite some time during construction, came and went a couple of times. Okay, while working as a TA, I was actually doing some dog and rigging work, just didn't know it at the time. So I was doing things like using chain blocks, come-alongs, all that kind of thing. Okay, so while I was there, I ended up getting my dogging license as well. Okay, so kept going through there. As it went into completion, went into production, I was pretty much there until the night it exploded. Okay, place shut down. So from there, I went down to Newman. So got a job with what was then Simon Engineering. And while I was there, they had a couple of cranes in the yard. They had an old wobbly, a 12-ton Frenner. Okay, so while I was there, I ended up getting my CN license. Okay. Got it in the old wobbly. Those of you that don't know what a wobbly is, okay, it's essentially an old tractor with a bit of a boom on it. Okay, not the most comfortable crane in the world, but they were a good workhorse. So while I was down there, I was doing a fair bit of moving stuff around the yard. Occasionally we'd go out onto the mine site with the Frenner and do some work out there as well. Okay, from there I sort of got the offer to go over to Mackay, joined a crane company over there named CIA Cranes. Now I was there for a number of years doing a lot of general crane hire around Mackay. It was predominantly general crane hire. Occasionally we did run out to the mines and do a little bit out there as well. In that time I got my C6 licence and just begun operating the 50-ton Catos and Titanos, the old truck mounts. Had it after a little while there, so probably there for about 3 years. Ended up going back home to Perth. When I got back to Perth, I was doing a lot more general crane hire, firstly with Anten cranes, a little bit with ABC crane hire, ended up at Frio's. At Frio's, I was driving their truck mounts a lot, so the 50 Catos and Titanos still, and also started moving into the all-terrains with the Groves and the Liebherrs, the 55, the 60s, etc. And also the XCMGs, but we won't talk too much about the XCMG. So I was there for quite some time, a couple of years there. In that period there, I've been driving the C6s for a few years now, so I went and got my open licence. Okay, started driving a couple of their 95s, their 110 DMAG, and then it started quieting up a bit, so I got offered a job back up in Port Hedland. Okay, went back up to Port Hedland, working on the maintenance crew at Nelson Point for Boom Logistics. While I was there, I was driving pretty much everything, but mostly their 130, 220, 300 Groves. Okay, driving their 250 Liebherrs, so a bit of variety of cranes up there. Okay, there through to about the 2012 mark, I think it was. Headed back over to Mackay, did a little bit more general crane hire with Boom. Then I got the opportunity to jump in a crawler with Downers. So went over to Downers, we were doing a wash plant build, driving 110 and 250 ton Cabelcos, which was great. I just love the opportunity to get into the crawler. From that job, sort of rolled straight into the next one, which was working on a jack-up barge off the coast of Mackay. And on that job we were operating a 250 Cabelco again and a 16,000 Manitowoc. and that job went on for a few years. All right. Once that job was completed, okay, that was the HPX3 project. Once that was completed, ended up doing a few more shutdowns over west, backwards and forwards with PGC, etc. Doing a little bits and pieces. Sort of got tired of doing all the working away from home stuff. Daughter was looking at going to uni, so we thought he'd move down to Melbourne. So he moved down to Melbourne, decided I didn't want to work away too much more, so figured I'd get into a little bit of training, pass on a little bit of what I'd sort of picked up along the way. Okay, so, and when I got down here, tried a couple of different training places, and eventually I ended up with where I am now, which is Multiskills training in Melbourne. Great mob to work for. Now, people ask me why I don't mention them a lot on the videos, and this comes into the videos themselves. So the reason I don't mention it a lot on the videos is because I want these videos to be available for students all over Australia. I want any trainers anywhere to be able to recommend the videos without having to worry about putting the opposition up type thing. So I try and keep them out of it as much as possible. But if you are looking to do courses with myself or a great training mob, there's always Multiskills training. Okay, so why do I do them? Because in the classroom we can go through the theory, etc. We can do the practical activities with them while they're there. The theory they can take home, they can study that at home. It's a lot harder for them to do the practical side at home. So by making these videos available, it sort of helps the students along and gives them that bit of a refresher to go through as they're getting prepared for their assessments. And those that are looking to do more classes in the future, right, they can look ahead and see what they can expect and those sorts of things. Okay, so hopefully that answers your questions. If you do want to know anything else, just leave a quick comment. And if you are looking to go through some licensing or you just want to keep up to date, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll try and get a few more videos out there in the near future. Okay, thanks for your time.